All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Got some other stuff going to be planned. Tomorrow is, of course, going to do the new EDF game, World Brothers. And Friday, I've got a special early sneak peek at another game coming out that I've been looking forward to, which comes out in a week. But anyways, I'll talk about that one later. But now let's head on over to here and boot up Lacuna. Lacuna, where'd you go? There you are. Speaking in before taking a shower. Okay, Blackheart. Hi. Waiting for the game to load so that OBS can hook into it. OBS? Go. There we go. We are at the security company. Name is too long, so we can't see what percentage we're at. So, just head right on in. Chasing down more leads right now, I believe. Oh yeah, going to the other security guard's place from the broadcast company. It was probably the one that Oh. Hey Gary, Conrad. I'm having car troubles, but I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. While you're waiting, you could swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi. We asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said that their camera is unfortunately broken right now. It seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is on the layer above Cox's office on the train station. Go upstairs and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still here. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. See you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. So it's above the train station. Is there stairs here? Probably not. Here we go. Oh no, let's not grab a smoke yet because we've only had one cigarette. So anything interesting over here? I like going around seeing if I can talk to people because it's always interesting. Also, might open up side quest stuff. Oh, that's cool. The foreground thing. No. What is that? Well, whatever they're doing there, they're blocking the way. So. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Hi, Erd. Going to expense busy week meetings, yeah. Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask, is she expecting you? Not really, no. I'm sorry, but I can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI. Would you please lead me to Miss Cox? ... Would you please follow me? And that's why it's vital that we keep negotiating with them, no matter what Albert says. Miss Cox, Yes? Who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Ah, well... Excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Miss Cox is my client. You realize that she is not obligated to give you any information about... It's okay, Jacqueline. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. You said this was about Albert. What is it you want to ask me? CDI are the Central Division of an Investigation or something. Department of Investigation. It's like, sort of like the FBI. Or, yeah, sort of like the FBI of this world. Or I should say solar system. I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. Also, hey, Craft Spider. I'm just hopping in mostly. We met here with Jacqueline at 17:30 and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It could be very complicated for our businesses. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking the time. Gary, what's up? I'll be there in 10 minutes. What about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? I didn't have the impression she'd lie to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. I see. Listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on a holiday according to his wife. She said he went to Manami Tree Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this and get a hold of him. Why don't you go talk to Moore's wife? See if you buy that story. Saito says that you're very close by. Oh, right. Moore's the other guard. Cox is the security company owner. I got the two names swapped. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. You should find her apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're done. Right near the train station. I'll be there in 10.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been down to Paloon Market once before, with Catherine. It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
Brain gain. Anybody home? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I already talked to your colleagues. I know. I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on a vacation. Is that correct? Why didn't you come in? Can I see your badge? Of course. James went to Manami Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Is there any way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in trouble. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on their door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistakes years ago, and he did his time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught, and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year and went right back to working for him. He didn't hold a grudge at all. Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around? Why not? Please don't make a mess. What was that? Hold on. Oh, news. Oh, 2 pieces of news. Alright, let's see what these are. Millex wins 10-year court case. Interesting. Negotiations in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Millex Mining had made negative headlines almost 16 years ago when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them had suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in a mining chamber dubbed Hope on Venus. A long, slow, and expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week, when the Interplanetary Court finally ruled that the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims. This conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby's system-wide influence, nor the Federation's interest in Millex's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Interesting. Alright, now we got charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. The police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the loading area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied any involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. The driver admits fault. He is looking at up to 1 year in prison. So this was 1 year ago, I guess? God. The readability of this font with a shadow under it, like this, is very difficult. That's something that really should be fixed, I feel. It's mostly because it's on a dark background that's nearly the same color as the text. It's also it's like a small thing here that you might not notice, because it's not, important text here. But it's something to always keep in mind, is readability of any text on your screen when you have a game. So, what do we got here? Oxydenol, a highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. A single plate in the sink. Looks like she had dinner alone. And then we'll talk to her. Excuse me, Mrs. Moore. I have another question. Why did you frame those 2 news articles? They're important to James and me. They remind us of things we shouldn't forget. What things? I'm sorry, but that's really private. Can I ask you to leave now? I'm tired and need some rest. I see. Thank you. So, she probably worked in the mines, and was part of the class action lawsuit for the lung damage. And so she has sort of, technically they both have sort of a motive against Millex. And, interesting. Conrad, how did it go with Moore's wife? Paper on lung damage puts medicine addictive and thus possibly motivating. Yeah. And the other guy, Moore's still working with Cox after being basically thrown under the bus. Could have been a motive to get to Millex in some way, because this appears to be overall something that might hurt Millex, I believe, since Millex is one of the two big mining companies. All right, Conrad, how did it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband is up to. I took a look around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox's building. Meet you there.
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it They often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
I was wondering if there's a smoke point over here. I know. Down. Down. Right. I think Cox's office is over. No, not here, but one more down, I think. Or was it just above the train station? Here. Yeah, here. Okay. No, this is the train station. Okay, that's where we're meeting him in anyways. Okay. Conrad, we need to go up here. Cox has probably been waiting for us for a while. What's with the shabby building? I thought this was a big company. This is just one of their bases of operation, apparently. Listen, Conrad. I just got a call from the AG. She ordered us to arrest Cox. What? From the AG herself? Why? I thought we were just going to question him. Did you tell the AG that we don't suspect Cox of starting the broadcast? I did, but I guess there's been a change of plans. Why does she want us to arrest him? She said that we have strong reason to believe that he is part of the Liberators. Did she bother telling you what she was basing that on? No. No? We don't have time to waste here, Conrad. Let's go get him. You want to do the talking? I'll see if I can have a look around in the meantime. Sure. I don't think he's going to give us trouble, but keep on your toes. He's big in the security business after all. Doorbell. Very low tech. Flickering light? Interesting. Wait. What's that? Good evening, Mr. Cox. I am Agent Long, and this is my partner, Agent Conrad. Good evening. I'm sorry I don't have more chairs in here. We'll stand. I heard there was a break-in on Mr. Brown's watch. I didn't expect this sort of slip-up from him. I apologize. We're not here for him, actually. Mr. Cox, you are under arrest. You are suspected of providing support for an interplanetary conspiracy. I see. Oh, God! Shit, Gary! It's over, Mr. Cox. You just shot a CDI agent. It's over, Mr. Cox. Oh, please, don't overestimate your power. Shooting an agent starts an alarm. Causes a citywide alarm. They're already locking down the area. No, you're bluffing. I'm not. This is your last chance to surrender. Fuck you. You won't get anything from me. Put down your weapon and turn around to the wall. Police, drop your weapons right now. Thunder Control officers, stand down. Neil Conrad, CDI. We're coming up. We see a gun, we'll shoot. Listen to me, I'm CDI. My partner was shot and needs medical attention. Mr. Cox opened fire on us. We're coming in. No sudden movements. I will put away my gun if you keep yours pointed at Mr. Cox, okay? What's going on here? My partner and I came in here to question Mr. Cox. He opened fire on us without warning. Show me your badge. CDI. My name is Neil Conrad. This is my partner, Gary Long. He needs medical attention. Keep an eye on this guy, please. He is highly dangerous. I have to check on my partner. Okay. Marquise, make sure the building is clear and call for a medical team. I'll keep an eye on the perp. Gary, come on, say something. I'm okay. I'm okay. You sure? I'm sure. Just hit my head when I fell. Oh, thank fuck. You're wearing your vest. Always when I'm in the field. I see our friend is still alive. Going to be an interesting talk later. Fuck you, I'm not going to tell you anything. I was not ready for that. Fuck. Neither was I. We should have been more careful. Looks like the AG had a point when she asked us to arrest him. I told you the higher-ups know what they're doing. Let's have a look around. There's probably something in here Cox really didn't want us to see. See what he didn't want us to find out. ... Don't move a muscle, Mr. Cox. Okay, I'm wondering what this is here. It might be just some cables, but we're just walking by when we heard gunshots. Well, I guess it's not any... Well, why is this not working? Huh. Gary, come check this out. It looks like Cox was destroying records. I think we interrupted him. Don't touch anything. I'll get a team here to salvage whatever possible. Sounds good. What should I do next? Go home and take a few hours off. Let the adrenaline settle. Sounds good. But if you find out something about those drives or the next attack or Mr. Moore, I'll give you a call. But now, go home. I'll let the chief know what happened. Copy that. Go take the next train. This one anyway. Oh, I'm not leaving this. Pinboard containing work schedules and security information. Okay, so why is this stuff not highlighting on the H scan? That's kind of annoying. Did it break? Cox Security received a prize from the DE grant years ago. Oh, we're on. Hey, Neil. Hey, Kat, everything all right? No, Laura's disappeared. What do you mean, disappeared? I let her go to that stupid party, but she promised she would be home over an hour ago. Have you tried calling her? Of course, but she's not answering. She's probably having fun and forgot the time. Why won't she pick up? It's not like her. Maybe the music is too loud. I'm sure she'll come home once she realizes you tried to reach her. She won't want you to worry for too long. Alright. Hey, Neil. You want to swing by for a glass of wine? I'm on the train right now, on my way back from work. I'm pretty tired. Is it okay if I swing by spontaneously? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sitting here waiting anyway. If I'm too tired to come and she's still not there in an hour, give me a call, okay? Okay. Hey, want to go up on the roof? Yeah, why not? Haven't been up there in a while. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I did. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. Don't offer a cigarette. So, how's life going? Okay, I guess. Yours? Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work out with us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. I asked myself the same a million times. And I came up with a lot of different answers. You were too young for a kid, I was too focused on my new job, our place was too small. I wanted to find that one good reason to explain it to myself, to make sense of it. But honestly, I think we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same small bullshit. We kept hurting each other for no reason until we reached a point of no return. That's it. Maybe you're right. But that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said yourself that she had some trouble fitting in with the other kids. Yeah, I know, it's just... I think about the shit I did when I was her age. That's probably why I worry so much about her. But you turned out okay. I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I have to go home now before I fall off this roof. Laura isn't home in an hour. Give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here with you again. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. See you soon. Case is about to get personal, isn't it? Very personal. Oh, no monologue? Okay. Oop, news time. Let's see, what's news? Developments in Banny's murder. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Banny was shot dead by an unknown assassin last night around 1:30. Attorney General Amelia Thorne announced this morning that the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer, but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, chief of the CDI's Terror Prevention Unit, which was in large part responsible for Banny's visit during his stay, is expected to make a statement of his own later today. Daniel Murov, Soviet Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial government, called the murder an extraordinary failure of the Garian state, adding it was a scandal that Drovian politicians have to fear for their lives on Garian soil. Drovia today has already spoken to two key witnesses, Mr. Banny's personal bodyguards Carl Smith and Lisa Morton. They were both present at the villa at the time of his murder. Both are reported to have been treated respectfully by the CDI, and that the Garian authorities showed genuine concern and professionalism in the matter. Well, there's some interesting. We haven't had another chance to smoke yet. Probably do that on the balcony out here.
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party. In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox. I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us, but mostly I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Welcome home, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Pardon? Visitor? Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor is ID unknown. What the? I didn't tell you that I was expecting someone. Why did you let them in? I'm sorry. I did not understand the question. Stupid fucking thing. I'll see for myself. Okay, no, this is where you draw your gun. Thank you. Thank you. Uh-oh. What? Huh? You can put that gun away. Who are you? You got a nice place up here. They pay you well. Show me your face. Turn around. Okay. Lila? Who? Oh, right, my face. I don't like it, to be honest. Oh. Wait, it's you. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Slowly put your hands up. I'm here to talk. Put your hands up or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make your own decisions. Put your hands up now. Can we skip this part, please, and get to the bit where we talk? I'll count to 3. 1. Stop. 2. We have your daughter. I should have led with that. Yep. It's gotten personal. You what? We took your daughter, Laura. No, you're full of shit. You can ask your ex. She's not at home. What did you do to her? Nothing. She's fine. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record of your conversation with the man who shot Banny. Is stealing little girls really how they're trying to stand up for their ideas? You'd have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we were supposed to. But then you showed up and botched the final step of the plan. Who is we? The kind of people you call when you want a foreign minister dead. So you're mercenaries. What do you call yourselves? Wouldn't help you even if I told you. And stealing the chief's data was part of your contract with the Liberators? So you pieced that together already, yes. What was on that stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either? I thought you had the drive. I don't. And I don't think I'll get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then if you don't? My superiors, if it still exists at all. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to Plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need that data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. If you figure out what the data is about, we might be able to locate it in the CDI database and extract it. I'll send a private sheet to yourself. Submit it to us once you've found out. I will do no such thing. Don't be difficult. And hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open a sheet. That's for something else. I need to access the CDI network for a moment. What for? To set up a backdoor for our hack. Why are you telling me all this? I could arrest you right here and... What you want? And I doubt that you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. The better you do your part, the sooner our client pays us, and the sooner you see your daughter again. If you do anything on my cell, they will trace it back to me. Don't worry, I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose credentials? Doesn't matter. Give me your cell. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the bus. Gary Long. What? No. The job means everything to him. Is that really more important to you than Laura's safety? Come on, she's your only bargaining chip. I'll try to find out what the data was about. That's got to count for something. You're definitely not increasing your chances if you don't cooperate now. No. Use my law. You wouldn't want to get yourself in trouble like this. No, you wouldn't want me to get in trouble like this. I'm too important for you. So we agree. It has to be your colleague's credentials. No, use mine. I'm not giving it to you. Fine, but my boss won't be happy about it. That wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan. Done. So that's it then? I gave you access and I'll tell you all I find out about that data. You'll let Laura go now, right? This is just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her again soon. Please, just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you anyway, so you'll leave us alone. No can do. Sorry, it's not my fault. Is this really what you want to do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this. We're done here. Answer my question. How do you live with yourself? You work for the CDI. Don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me your moral relativism crap. I'm not a mercenary. Sure you are. The CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to. The right thing? What kind of childish nonsense do you believe in? You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. I don't believe in anything in particular. And yet here you are, talking about good and evil. Because we know what that is. We have an intuition for it. Bullshit. There is no such thing. We invented it. No. Look, this lizard over there, he's my friend. He has never done anything evil. He can't. All animals just do shit for a while and then they die. Look, are you trying to keep me talking? You can't pretend not to care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You were separated from someone you care about. What are you talking about? The sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you? Ooh. You wanted to start a new life with him. That's none of your business. But it's funny you mention him. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't see him ever again. Didn't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their will? My daughter harmed nobody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. Offer to deliver a message. Maybe we can make a trade. What trade? Don't try to fuck with me. I know he's never getting out of there. Probably not, but I could deliver a message. What do you want in return? Promise me to keep Laura safe. Promise me that I'll get her back when this is over. That depends on your actions. But I can promise that we'll actually let her go if you work with us. Alright, what's your message? Tell him the moon rises in the south. Okay. I'll be back with more instructions. Oop, there she goes. Bye!
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped, and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
See, we either talk to Kat or enter the train. We gotta talk to Kat. Sorry. There's no avoiding it. Neil, where the fuck have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm so sorry, Laura still isn't home. I called all her friends and nobody knows anything. Oh, I accidentally double-clicked. Looks like she never went to that party. Shit, Neil, what do I do now? Listen, Kat. You should call the police. Tell them everything. Give them her phone number. Maybe they can track her down. Talk to her friends again. Ask them when they last saw her. Fuck, do you think she's in danger? God. I don't know. Her knowing could probably put her in danger, is my thought. I don't know. I hope not. We have to keep calm. Scared I couldn't... Can't the CDI do something? This is a case for the police, but I'll see if we can help. Keep me updated if you hear anything, okay? Okay. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything. And you do the same, okay? Alright. I'll be here all day. Hold on. So yeah, technically correct, but this is one of those. It's bad no matter what. Like it can go south so many ways. Talk to Gary. Who is this? Dad! Laura, where are you? Why didn't you let them use the login they wanted? Please, Dad, they're going to hurt me if you don't listen to them. You need to get me out of here. They swear they'll let me go if you do what they ask. I know how important your job is to you. Laura, how bad can the things be that they're asking you? Please, I want to finish my novel. Laura, listen to me. Oh, God. I'll get you out of there. Okay, stay calm and do what they say. I have this under control. We'll see each other soon. I need to go. Nope, no time for a smoke break. Got some news, though. What do we got for news? Banny's murderers speak. Less than 24 hours after Banny's death, an organization calling itself the Liberators has claimed responsibility for the attack. It was a scene right out of a movie, with screens all over the Capitol playing their radical message. If you weren't there, this is what they said. Hello, fellow citizens, blah blah blah. We heard this last time. So far, authorities have not confirmed that the people sending the message were in fact involved in Foreign Minister Banny's death, or what the chilling announcement at the end might pertain to. Disclaimer, the Guardian Gazette does not support this message and will continue to stand for togetherness and inclusivity in these difficult times. Morning, Conrad. You look pale. Are you sick? No, I'm fine. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said he's making some announcement this morning. Didn't sound good at all. But we'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later. But first, you should talk to Saito. He's in our office and has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad. I might have been a little intense these past few days. These are special circumstances. You understand that, right? Sure, it's been hard on us all. I gotta run. Talk to you later. Saito is waiting at our office, so... Up one floor, and here. Good morning, Neil. Hey, Saito. Gary told me you had some new intel for me? Indeed. I put everything on our pinboard over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled some basic information on James Moore and his wife. Second, I managed to pull their recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful in there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I got more coming tomorrow. And third, I took a look at the CV of the guy who fired at you, Albert Cox. And guess what I found? He's a Soviet and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? He still might. What's also interesting is that he changed his name 20 years ago. Huh? Shoot, we're running late for that meeting with the chief. Let's go, I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born as Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Services. They were responsible for the safety of the Soviet colony on Drovia. You mean Sector 2? The one that blew up 40 years ago? Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident and eventually went bankrupt. When Cox had finished school, he changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using some grant money. Thank you, Saito. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did some advanced browsing. Before we go in, I need to ask. Is everything alright? You look not great. Just didn't get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. I think everybody's here. Let's start. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years now. I have done everything in my power to defend the values our planet stands for. The principles of freedom, tolerance, equal rights for everyone, and justice have been guiding all of my actions. I've always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garian democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear, and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Banny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drovia, and it puts the fragile peace of our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division was charged with protecting Banny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign from my duties at the CEI, effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drovia will consider this a sign of sincere remorse, and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. I enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way of fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today if there are any open questions or issues you want to talk to me about. My successor will be announced by the Attorney General in the near future. Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Thank you, and goodbye. I kind of expected that to happen. Yeah, time to go talk to the chief. Hello, Conrad. How can I help you? I wanted to say goodbye. It was good working for you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I have to admit I'm surprised by your decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Banny. Come on, Conrad. We both know that doesn't matter. Heads needed to roll for this. Chief. I want to say the AG fired you for something else. Didn't she? I overheard your conversation yesterday. Why are you telling me this? It didn't sound like you were arguing about Banny's death. You are aware that you can be suspended for eavesdropping on your superiors. In fact, it seemed like you were suspecting the AG of something. Is that the real reason why she wanted to get rid of you? This one is out of your league. Just respect the chain of command. See. Chief. Why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know at the time. Why didn't you give us the arrest order yourself? The AG didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. So you don't know either? No, seems like it's classified, same as the information on that stick. I see. I'll have to pack up my things now. I wish you all the best for your career at the CDI. Thank you. Your cell contacts haven't changed lately, have they? Haven't changed in years. Good. See you around, Agent Conrad. New apartments. We have found 244 new offers fitting your search criteria. Your search has been running for 126 days. Huh. Interesting. Wait, I'm gonna hit... Can we look at our contacts? I don't think we can. Like... we do have a glossary of the people, but it doesn't say if we have their contact or not. We just know about them. Like... We know about James Moore. We don't have his contact. But we know we have information about them. Alright, time to talk to Gary. Huh? What a day, huh? I did not expect this. ... That was unexpected. Fuck, I can't believe I'm standing in for the chief. Never thought that they would pick me. I have to call my wife. Guess I'll be doing some overtime the next few days. Don't you think it's strange that the AG fired him? Got to admit it, she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for an opportunity. But someone had to get fired for Banny's death just for the optics, don't you think? Maybe. But the chief always did an excellent job. It didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberator's threat. I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we've got so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap-up. I suppose you're all as surprised as I am about our chief's sudden retirement. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got so far once more. Drovia's foreign minister, Banny, was shot last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Boyd. Boyd then went to see a woman called Zora, which seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand him a stick with confidential, stolen data. The next morning, Boyd met another man to hand him that data. Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of the Drovian company Power Up. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell which proves that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once he was outside the Garian network. This leads us to believe that the data cannot be sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best-kept secrets of the Garian government. We don't know who paid either of them, but the message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mercurius network. That means that it must be one of the higher-ups of a large, publicly traded company. We don't know what was on the data stick because we haven't been cleared for access yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Savient terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcast a video in which they claimed responsibility for Banny's murder. They also announced the second attack within 48 hours. The broadcast was sent from the Ad Spot building. They operate all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by a Cox security employee. We have reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of that same company, James Moore. His wife says that he went on holiday at the Manami Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. We are currently running a planet-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. How were you arresting Cox? It was an order from the Attorney General. Conrad convinced Cox to surrender. We arrested him and brought him in for questioning. He had been in the process of destroying hard drives before we arrived. Our ID department is currently trying to restore what's left of the data. Do we think that Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mercurius network. We have to assume that there is some bigger fish behind Cox. What is also strange is that he is a Saviant himself. He grew up on Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Holroyd, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Young, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on it. Let us know if you find something. Saito, you keep gathering as much information as you can on our prime suspects. Conrad, you should check whether you can establish a motive why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence we've got, including the information Saito put on our pin board. You should also have a chat with Cox. We brought him into the interrogation room in the basement. Roger that. We also brought our sniper in for a second round of questioning. You could give it another try and see if you can get something out of him. Gonzalez surrounds himself with lawyers. Could be a while until we can interrogate him again. That's all for now. Come back to me when you've got something. Alright, let's go read this pin board. Evelyn Moore, FEMA Sector 6, married to James Moore, was a mining professional for Miller's Mining, was fined for petty larceny. So yeah, was a mining professional, probably where she got okay, bank statement. Cox Security salary here. Hope is the complex mentioned in the article. Right. Good point. So, payment, yeah, payment for the medicine was rejected, insufficient funds. So, this seems a little, interesting. Suddenly, a $10,000 salary versus a $600 salary. Ah, interesting. Yep. So actually, it looks like it was a day or so later. So the jump from here. Uh-oh, there was also a pregnancy test. Ooh, even more pressure to help out. Okay, even more pressure to help out the boss. If she's also pregnant. Interesting. All right, so we got James Moore, junior security professional for Bemmel Security Agency, and then senior security professional for Cox Security. Fined for bodily harm, fined for attempted theft, and 6 months prison for transporting illegal substances. Has some cyber implants. Cole's brain enhancement, resistance against mind-altering drugs, extended field of view, neat. Reaction augments, shortened reaction time, increased hand-eye coordination, cool. Okay. Interesting. So we got Moore's motive, data, Accident, sorry. Okay. So yeah, this is what's on the data that we need to figure out. Okay, downstairs we go. Oh, so they're in here, I guess. Or one of them is. Long time no see. Still not the talkative type, huh? Strong motivation. Sorry, no, you're fine. Backseat speculating is just fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, listen up. Things have changed since we last spoke. I turned off the camera so we can talk freely. Your people have kidnapped my daughter to extort me. Last night your friend Zora came to my home to talk to me. But don't get your hopes up. It's about money, not your freedom. She gave me a message for you. What message? I'll tell you if you help me with Laura. You're bullshitting me, I'm not. What exactly do you want me to do? Looks like I'm pretty much locked up in here. Who are those guys you and Zora are working for? We both know I can't give you any details. We're mercenaries. That's all I can say. Where do they keep Laura? I have no clue. They have a bunch of hideouts in the city and the whole solar system. I don't even know all of them. That's a pretty huge organization you're part of. We're not just some thugs, we're professionals. You want me to help you? I'll give you one piece of advice. Do what they tell you. If I do, will I get her back? We usually keep our end of the bargain. Why are they blackmailing you? The people who asked you to shoot Vanny won't pay them because we prevented the handover. Now they want me to help them get the data back. I see. You said you had a message for me. The moon rises in the south. The fat guy I met at Jorah's Plaza. He was pretty sure he got his assignment from someone in the Telenium business. You mean Gonzalez? The man you brought the storage module? Sorry. If that's his name. Maybe that'll help you somehow. Thanks for letting me know. Could you tell Zora that the sun sleeps in the north? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll tell her. Good luck with your daughter. What's my objective now? Talk to Cox. Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm waiting for my legal team. You fired at my partner and me. Care to explain? I probably don't need to tell you that you didn't make the best first impression on us. Your behavior and your company's involvement in yesterday's broadcast make it look like you're somehow involved with the Liberators. A quick look at your biography showed me that you are, a Saviant. And you grew up on, Drovia. Doesn't make sense that you'd support an anti-Saviant terror group. 25 years ago, you moved to, shoot. Was it Gara? Or to New Joram? No, it was Gara. Why? Sometimes life forces us to do things we don't want to. You don't like it here? I don't. Why not? Why don't you ask that yourself and your fellow Garians? You consider Drovians your enemy and Savians backwards radicals. You have the choice between hiring a Garian or Drovian, you hire the Garian. All the missions we ever get come from Drovia. Why haven't you gone back then? Yeah, congrats on passing the knowledge check. Because my compatriots are happy to have a reliable partner for their companies here on Gara. We escort their goods, offer them personal security, you name it. Your parents had a security company as well, didn't they? It was responsible for security at Sector 2. Sector 2, looks like they didn't do such a good job with Sector 2 blowing up and all. You know nothing about my parents. I've already said enough. I'll wait for my lawyers now. Right, so what's the sheet? Moore's motive. Yeah, it's gonna be a sick wife. So submit. Off to talk to Gary. Conrad, I just read your sheet on Moore. Looks like a motive can be established. You should pay his wife another visit. She didn't seem to know anything yesterday. Maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there. Interesting here? Nope. I don't feel like checking the rest of the building. Alright, see now we got a time for a smoke. Oh, and we can't have a smoke. Green. Clean finish is clean. Yay! Welcome back, Blackheart. Now to make grocery list. Yeah.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market, I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job. But ironically, protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah. We're here. Hello, Mrs. Moore. Oh, it's you again. Hello. Sorry to disturb you a second time, but I need to ask you a few more questions. So you're still after my husband? I told you he's on vacation on Phoenix. He isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all spaceports in Gara and Phoenix. He never left the planet. You must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he is just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CDI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you are underestimating your husband. He might be about to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberator's video yesterday? Well, it's hard to miss, yeah. We have reason to believe that your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously, that's what you came up with? He might have sold drugs or started a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. We did some research and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. Your husband is being paid for the attack, and he needs the money for your medication. It's true that I suffer from a lung condition, but we've always managed. If he carries out this attack and we catch him, he goes to prison for life. If we get him before, the sentence will be significantly less severe. Did you also find out how I got my condition? I was a miner at Miller's mining on Phoenix. Turned out that I was inhaling harmful gases for months every day. The bosses knew about it, but the money was too good. Hundreds of people's lungs were irreversibly damaged. And you know what? Miller's got away with it. They were cleared of all charges. No compensation at all. We have to pay for our medicine ourselves. Why are you going after my husband and not after people like them? I'm really sorry that happened to you, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. What we can do is stop your husband from doing something really stupid. We have reason to believe that he is involved with an imminent terror attack. If there's anything you didn't tell me, I need to know right now. What happens if you're right and you catch him? You would probably go to prison for a few years, but it would be much worse if we caught him after the fact. I saw a message on his cell before he left. It was a booking confirmation from a hotel, but it wasn't on Phoenix. It was the Korean hotel here on Gara. I thought he might be cheating on me. He booked it until tomorrow. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. You've been very helpful. Promise me he won't get hurt. He's an idiot, but he's a good guy. Please, I need him. I promise to do my best. I promise I'll do my best to protect him. Listen, I'm pregnant. He's about to do something stupid. Remind him of our unborn son. That will make him consider his decisions. I will. Thank you for your help. Yep, I knew that was going to pop up. Please leave me alone now.
The Corian Hotel. I didn't even need to look that up. It was directly next to the Grand Church at Corian Square, one of the most important houses of prayer for Saviants here on Gara. It probably would be crowded with believers and tourists tomorrow morning. No doubt it was the Liberator's next target. The rush of making progress in the case only lasted a few moments until I realized that now I had to make a tough decision. If I told Zora about the target, I couldn't tell the CDI, and vice versa.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Shoot. Hey! Fuck, you startled me. What do you want? Check in with how your investigation is going, but not here. Too crowded. Follow me. Come on. Come on, I know a spot. This is better. The hell are you doing here? Are you following me? I told you I'd get back to you. Anything new on our client or what they're planning to do? Or planning to do next? Yes. I might know where the next attack is taking place. Good. Where is it? So pretty much this becomes a question of country versus family. It's a very tough question here. Given the country has, so far kind of screwed a bunch of people over, our family is a bit more of an important thing, I would feel. But it's going to get way more complicated very soon, I bet. So, let's see where this takes us. Can't tell you that. Well, and I can't protect your daughter if you won't work with us. You need to tell us where and when the attack is taking place. We'd like to have a chat with the people carrying it out, but there can't be any CDI at the scene. Are you saying your people will prevent the attack? We'll take with us the people who are trying to carry it out. People's lives are at stake here. The CDI needs to intercept that attack. Laura's life is certainly at stake. What are you planning on doing with the attackers? What will happen to them? We will ask them who they are working for. You just ask them and let them go? Don't worry about that. We won't let them go through with their plans. Oh, fuck. Shit. I suspect there will be an attack to the Grand Church at Corian Square tomorrow morning. Is that the truth? What I think is the truth. Good, thank you. Remember not to tell anyone at the CDI. I did what you asked. Are you letting Laura go now? Not yet. Let's wait and see how things play out tomorrow. You want a beer? Refuse. Beer? Are you out of your mind? What? You think I poisoned it or something? I thought you said humans were good. Have a little faith. I'm not drinking it. Hey, listen. Did you deliver my message? I did. What did he say? He said the sun sleeps in the north. Okay, thank you. What does it mean? Is it code for something? No, it's from when we were kids. I've known him for a long time. You know, I've thought about what you said. I don't think I'm good, or ever have been. But I will say this. I talked to your daughter today. She's a good kid. I do not like the prospect of her getting hurt. So please, don't mess up. How can you... Then get her out of there, please. Well, my boss won't let that happen. It's all in your hands. If all goes well tomorrow and the guy talks, we might get everything we need. We can't get that to the client that way. We'll have to get the data after all. In that case, you'll have to help us with the hack. The back door was set up successfully from your cell. Let's hope we won't have to use it. I have to admit that it was pretty ballsy of you to protect your partner like that. You could even call it selfless. I don't think there is such a thing. No matter what you tell yourself, at the end of the day, you do what you do for your own gain. Sometimes it's a few layers removed, but in the end, it's all selfishness with extra steps. I disagree. I disagree. This is just a convenient way to justify the fucked up things you do. Nihilism can be used as a shield, just like faith. It's convenient to say nothing matters because it makes being in this world hurt a little less. But even you don't like the thought of harming Laura, do you? I think you're doing your best to ignore your conscience. You'll have to face it at some point. Not if I die first. Well, this has been fun. Break is over. Some business to take care of. I'll let you know tomorrow how it went. I like this game. I like this game a lot. It is making me make tough decisions. Conrad, how did it go? Any news from Moore's wife? No, not really. If Moore's behind this, then she doesn't know about it. Fuck. The attack's going down tomorrow morning and we still have no clue what it's going to be. How is it possible that we don't get a grip on those fuckers? It looks like the only thing we can do is ramp up security all over Gara, and hope that they won't go through with their attack. Go home and get some sleep. Talk to you later. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Excuse me. Fun little conversation.
I felt like shit for letting Zora and her accomplices intercept the attack. There were so many ways this could go wrong. I didn't want them to take Moore, or worse yet, somehow miss him and let the attack happen. Don't get me wrong, I didn't regret telling Zora what I knew to protect Laura, but endangering the lives of innocent people wasn't an acceptable trade-off. I couldn't tell the CDI, or even call in an anonymous tip with the police, because the chance was too high that Zora would suspect me. There was no other way. If I wanted to make sure things didn't go south, I had to go to the church myself. I left in the middle of the night, hoping it wasn't already too late.
Oh boy. Oh man, this is gonna go really bad, isn't it? This is gonna go really bad. Things will go either really bad or really well. We both know that second one is not happening. Something's hitting the fan. All we can... Mr. Happy. Sorry, my brain just kind of stopped on that. What do we got? To the church. Is there anything here? Coffee ego. Good evening, sir. Is this place open? Evening. I'm sorry, but the temple is closed until 6 in the morning. Could you let me in for just a second? It would be very important to me. I won't touch anything. Sorry, but what is this about? We had to increase security ever since that video came out. These are scary times for us Savians. Someone sprayed "fuck Savians" on one of the temple walls last night. Please, this is urgent. Can't tell you any specifics, but I have to get in there. Sorry, but I need to ask you to leave or I'll have to call the cops. And real choice is whether you think you go bad in ways that you can live with, or you, or them. Yeah. Basically, it's which way the shit's gonna hit. Find your... Probably upstairs. Mr. Moore, this is the CDI. Hands in the air right now. Step away from the device. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. They're here. Listen carefully. They'll shoot you if you don't cooperate, okay? What the fuck are you on about? What's going on here? Mr. Moore, I'm CDI. You have to trust me. Tell them whatever they... I didn't do anything, okay? I'm just following orders from my boss. Tell them that. Tell who? The people walking up the stairs right now. Tell them the truth if you want to live. If we're lucky, they won't take you away. Neil, what the hell are you doing here? Don't shoot. Stand down, all of you. Shit. Did you just shoot that guard? Who the fuck is that, Zora? That's our mole. Ignore him. Go get the other guy and make sure we don't blow up. Mr. Moore, you're coming with us. Neil, what's this about? Hope this isn't some kind of trap, because if it is, Laura's dead. What the? Who are you? Leave me alone. It's not a trap. I'm here alone. Where are you taking him? That's none of your business. We had a deal. Moore, listen, I think that Moore is just a pawn in this. There are bigger fish in the background. They are the ones we should have a closer look at. Okay, have a closer look at them, then. So you're leaving Moore alone? No. No, please, I didn't do anything. Let me take him in. He deserves a fair trial. What are you talking about? Zora, we need to run. Sorry, Neil. We have to make sure you won't follow us. What the hell just happened there?
When I came to, my head and my shoulder hurt, and I was cold. I remember feeling relief when I realized I was still in the church and not tied up in the back of a van. Everybody else was gone without a trace, except for the bomb. I approached it carefully, but quickly realized it was disabled, or had never been fully assembled in the first place. I knelt down to examine the explosives, looking for clues pointing me to their origin. If Young had been there, she could have run a full analysis. Lucky for me, the explosives were clearly identifiable from their shape and labeling alone. These were Cineon sticks, used in chamber blasting. Nobody had access to those outside of the mining industry. I stepped back, satisfied for a moment. Then the rest of reality came crashing down on me. What would Zora's boss do when he heard that I was here? What were they planning on doing with Moore? And fuck, what about the guard?
Yeah. We have a dead guard and we're with the bomb.
I hadn't seen much through the window in the attic, but it had looked like one of Zora's guys had fired at him. My heart started racing while I quietly went back down the stairs.
Shit's about to hit the fan even more. Like, why are you near a dead body and a half-finished bomb? You're like, trust me, bro? Fuck, he's dead. Emails. Harbor spot. Oh, this is Ed, the guy from the harbor. Wanted to thank you again for buying me my spot back. Had a beer in the herring tonight with my friends, Fred and Quinn. Buy you one to a fair about the harbor. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Shit has truly hit the fan. Or, actually, no, it hasn't hit the fan. It's going to. It really is. And you know, scanners have been a big thing about tracking people in this game so far. So we've been tracked through this location as it is, if somebody looks into it. So yeah. Talk to cat, go to sleep. Oh god. Yeah, gotta go talk to Kat. At least to be comforting. Oh, God. There won't be a bomb, but there will be a body and part of one. You can be tracked there. You installed a backdoor in the CDI system. There's definitely some stuff going on, yeah. Neil, anything new? Not yet. Did you go to the police? Of course. I filed a missing person report. They said they'd contact me if they find anything. Is the CDI going to help? Police doesn't come up with anything soon, I'll ask. Okay. Shit, I'm really scared. Hey, Neil, I'm glad I'm not alone in this. Same. Kind of missed talking to you these last few years. I'm so sorry I didn't spend more time with you and Laura. I just couldn't. It hurt. I know how selfish that sounds, and it is. It sucks. No, I understand. I can relate. I always asked you to take care of Laura more, but sometimes I felt like doing it by myself was easier than seeing you again and again. No, I don't. I'd hug, but I don't feel it's right. I'll get home and catch some sleep. See you tomorrow. Okay, see you. More news. In the aftermath of Banny's death and the shocking announcement broadcast by his murderers, the situation in Drovia has come to a head. Large demonstrations and some violent clashes with security, some of which were allegedly instigated by Savient Front members, have rocked the colony over the past 24 hours. Multiple stores, most of them Garian-owned, have been demolished and looted. Protesters were holding signs demanding Drovian self-governance. Others warned of repercussions for Garian murderers. In a statement this afternoon, Prime Minister Marav ordered the protesters to refrain from violence, but also assured them that Gara would see severe consequences for what transpired. Meanwhile, Garian Savient Council urged President Robertson to do everything in his power to prevent any further attacks, and anything else that could escalate the situation. Savients on Gara are fearing for their lives. Their spokesman, Ivan Broker, said, "We have heard many reports of people staying home instead of going to school or work because they are terrified." Gara's authorities and terrorism experts seem baffled by the Liberator's sudden emergence. They came out of nowhere, says Professor Melissa Wellard, expert on political extremism at Molina University. They did not emerge from an existing known movement, which is very rare and frankly strange. Oh no, here we go. Hey Saito, what is it? Hey Neil, I have good news. Our IT department finally managed to retrieve some of the data Cox was trying to destroy. Most of it are bills and contracts that aren't important for our case. Still pretty illegal, though. But they also found a message that caught my eye. Like the one to Gonzalez, it was sent via the Mercurius network. Pretty sure it comes from whoever's behind the Liberators. I'll forward it to your cell. Good work, Saito. I'll have a look at it tomorrow morning. Need to catch some sleep first. Sounds like we're finally making headway in our investigation. See you tomorrow. Oh, we all know we're not waiting until tomorrow morning to read it. Our cooperation. Albert, it's been a while since we last talked. I hope you're doing well. First, I'd like to thank you for the good work over the years. I'm glad that a fellow Drovian is taking care of securing our Talenium transports on Gara. Second, I have a proposal to make. Since our cooperation has been going so well, I thought we could extend it a little. I could use your help with an operation I've been planning for a few years now. It doesn't come without risk, but I can assure you that the payment will be good, and even more importantly, that the mission promises a bright future for both our companies and revenge for what happened to your parents. Let me know if you're interested. Yours, A. Interesting. Starts with an A.
You may be asking yourself how I remained functional throughout all of this. How I didn't just collapse under the pressure and the looming prospect of losing my daughter forever. I think the truth is that over the years, I had gotten really, really good at tuning out the voice that always tormented me, that had always told me horrible shit. This was just adding to it. More to repress, more bubbling beneath the surface. Maybe if it had gone on for long enough, I would have imploded sooner or later.
Seriously. You again. There you are. Zora, what is it this time? I'm here to tell you that my boss is happy with how things went. Apart from you showing up unannounced. Don't pull something like that again, okay? Why the fuck did you kill the guard? You didn't have to do that. I didn't shoot him. Moon did. Yeah, but there were so many ways. What did you do to Moore? That's none of your business. Tell me. I gave him to you. We just talked to him, but it looks like he doesn't know much. He says his boss ordered him to do it, and he doesn't know who's behind all of it. We'll have to rely on that back door to the CDI network after all. Taking the data back seems to be the best way to get our money right now. But we need your help to go through with it. Here's how this will go. At 7 o'clock tonight, our hackers will commence the attack, but it will only work if we have someone who is physically at a CDI computer at the time. A new user named 4x458 will pop up and request admin privileges that you will have to grant. Zora, I have no idea what that means or how it works. I don't even know if my account can do that. I was afraid you'd say that. I guess you'll have to ask a system administrator to help you out. How do you think that'll go? Hey, IT, could you help me invite some hackers into our network? Isn't there someone on your team you can ask? Someone who will believe you if you tell them you're doing the right thing? You know. You're talking about Saito. I can't. What if he says no? That's for you to figure out. You're a good talker. Force him if you have to. Once we're in, we won't have much time until we're kicked from the system automatically. We'll have mere seconds to navigate to the right folder. In order to make it in that time, we need to have an idea of where to find the data. For which, in turn, we'll have to know what that data is about, and that's your job to find out. How is that sheet going that I sent you? I'm making progress, but I'm not sure if I have all the information I need. Then hurry up. You'll have to submit it by 1900 so that we can start the hack. Okay. He implodes under the pressure, but like literally. I'll call you once you've sent me the sheet. Make sure you're on a CDI computer with your friend to let us in. Put the data on a stick and hand it to us at 11 tonight. I'm sending you the coordinates to our meeting spot. It's a bit further out, so make sure to be on your way in time. If we get the data tonight, I promise you'll have Laura back tomorrow. It will be the last thing we ask of you. Your guy shot the guard for no reason. How am I supposed to believe you're letting Laura go? You can't know. You'll have to take my word for it. If I drag Saito into it and he tells anyone, I'll lose my job. I'll probably go to prison. Throw me a bone. I need to know she'll be fine if I do this. Tell me it makes a difference to you. It can't mean nothing to you to take a young life. It isn't up to me. You keep saying that, but isn't it really? Do you have zero control over what happens? If you can do something, please tell me it isn't all the same to you if she lives or dies. Do what I say and she'll live, okay? But what if things go south? Saito won't help me if we don't have the right folder. You keep dodging the question. Tell me a human life has some value to you. It would end at some point anyway. Oh, give me a break. Everything is so easy if nothing means anything. Like you care about human life. What did you think would happen if you left more to us? Was I supposed to put my daughter in harm's way instead? Whatever. Your badge and gun betray you. You're a murderer like me. You're wrong about that. There's only one person whose death I'm directly responsible for. You know what? It fucks me up. It's been years and it still fucks me up. That's so. I was chasing down a perp in a car, lost control and crashed into a building. The woman inside was dead on the spot, so quickly that she couldn't feel any pain or fear. What they said to me. They didn't put you away for it? No. No, they didn't. Look, most people are garbage. There's a good chance the world is better off without her. How would you classify yourself then? Oh, definitely garbage. Wouldn't you agree that the world would be better off without most people in it? I don't agree. Human life has an inherent value, and a bad person can always change. I've said what I came here to say. You know what needs to be done. Zora. And there she goes. Great. So the Hope scandal. It's so it could be the Sector 2 thing or the Hope scandal. What else is on the sheet? So over there. Oh yeah, here. Hey Horace, how's it going? Let us feed horse. Nom nom nom. There we go. Definitely need to smoke real quick. Alright. So a little bit of sleep. In our clothes, our suit, everything.
After I woke up, I stared at the ceiling for a while. I resisted the urge to look for news about a dead guard. Somebody had certainly found him by now. It was my fault for letting Zora's people go to the church. His death was on me. Fuck. I needed to do something about that. But later. Today would be a deciding day. Zora's words rang in my head. 7 o'clock tonight. I had to do what they asked of me, but I wasn't sure where the data they wanted was stored. I was running out of time. I sat up and made a decision. The sheet on the Liberators. I needed to complete it now. I had a feeling that all the puzzle pieces were there. If I found out who was in charge of the Liberators, I might finally understand what the data was all about and where to look for it. Or maybe I could force them to pay Zora's boss so he'd let Laura go.
Okay, so the Liberators. This is the sheet we need. Dear God, there's so many. Was there... Oh my God, was there that many clues there? So it's someone in the mining industry. Vibration just now? My phone's on the bed, so it shouldn't have vibrated my microphone. Abraham Gonzalez. Cell records. Yours A. It might be Abraham, but Yeah, I think Abraham Gonzalez was, stop it. Yeah, CEO of the Drovian Company Power Up. Hmm. So it has to be a mining company, which I think leaves Dyson and Millix, right? So it has to be the mining sector. Titanium. I really wish we could go back to some of these locations and look at stuff. Let's see if I can. Hold on. I doubt I can, but I'll try. Oh no, I can't. Shit. So it's a fellow Drovian. See, this was to Cox, right? Yeah. So... Wait, hold on. Glossary, people... But if it's, Abraham Gonzalez, it's Power Up, not, not Dan Kim. Oh, wait, the other A is Abbott Dyson. Of Dyson. There's also Albert Cox, but that's who he was messaging in the first place, so... I have to say it's probably Abbott Dyson then. That's the only person with an A name that it could be. Nobody else has a last name that starts with an A. The only other person that has an A name is Abraham. So it is, or other than Albert Cox, but that's who the email was to. So it's probably Abbott Dyson. Dyson Mining Drovia, specializing in titanium. Yep. Dyson, Drovia, Mining, Titanium. That's the only thing that checks all the boxes, too. I have a feeling this is wrong, but we don't really have much choice.
Abbott Dyson. All the signs pointed towards him and his company. I didn't feel like I had the full picture just yet, but some aspects finally made sense to me. None of the people we had encountered seemed to support what the Liberators claimed to stand for. This wasn't a Garian terror group at all. It was Drovians, Saviants, hired guns, and business people, all working for one man's false flag operation. What was he trying to accomplish? Stir up enough trouble to force the solar system into a war? I had talked to Dyson the morning after Banny's death. He was still in Gara, hiding in plain sight, and I still had his number. I considered my options. We needed to arrest him. But maybe we could have a chat first. Just the two of us. Once the CDI had him, he wouldn't be able to talk freely. I took out my cell and tapped his face in my contacts.
Hello. Morning, Mr. Dyson. This is Neil Conrad with the CDI. Ah, Agent Conrad. How can I help you? There's something I'd like to talk to you about in person. Could we meet on the train that stops at Louisville in half an hour? I have an important call in 10 minutes. Could you make an appointment for tonight? This can't wait. If you insist, I'll tell my secretary to delay my call. Thanks. See you in a bit. Alright, time to get to the train, CJ. No monologue? Aw. I always like the elevator monologue. Email. Head of a global conspiracy, you understand that sometimes talks need to happen, yeah? Liam Campbell, breakfast. Good morning, Conrad. I'm taking a walk in the little park near your place this morning. You know the one. Once you leave the elevator, just keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for a coffee near the gazebo. Come around if you want to join me. I'll be here for another hour or two. Ah. Shoot. Talk to the chief. Oh yeah, it's the chief. Yeah, we need to do that. Where did he say it was? Oh, straight ahead. Was it up here? Or am I like misremembering something? I think I misremembered something. I'm dumb. By the fountain? What he said? My brain stopped working for a moment. Oh, no news article. Down here, I'm guessing? Oh, why is that sparking? Veggie buffet, dumpling kitchen.
My heart was pounding. Would Dyson really come, or did I spook him? Did he suspect I was onto him? It would be a while until I found out, so I sat down and took a deep breath. At least I had a little time to think about what to say to him if he showed up.
Past the fountain, I think we're too late now. Yeah, I didn't realize it would throw into a cutscene. I thought we'd had to get onto the train first. I'm not getting on the train yet. You're letting me run away, so I'm going to. I'll go back here, grab some cigarettes, because I know I smoked a couple times, I think, right? Check the email again. Email. Park near your place this morning, you know the one. Once you leave the elevator, just keep going straight past the fountain. I'll be sitting down for coffee near the gazebo. No, the gazebo. That was it. Just keep going. And gazebo? This up here, the gazebo? Here's the fountain. Oh, we need to keep going. I didn't realize there was a transition point there. Jeez. Morning, Chief. Morning, Conrad. It's Campbell now. Right. You wanted to talk to me? I need you to give me your word that you won't tell anyone about our meeting today. Okay, you have my word. You're an excellent investigator, Conrad. You found out that the sniper shot at Banny from the Sakura Hotel. You have a sharp mind. You identified the bartender at the hotel as the one who helped Diaz escape. You found the sniper's boat in the harbor. That helped us track him down and retrace his escape. You figured out what Banny's murderer looked like. Thanks to that, we were able to catch him and his associate on Joris Plaza. And you determined who had started the Liberator's video at that spot. That's why we could go after more and talk so quickly. Do you know what makes you so good at your job? You question just about anything. In all my years at CDI, I've never met a bigger skeptic than you. But that can also make your life harder if you want to climb the ranks at the CDI. However, if that doesn't concern you, you might want to have a closer look at the Sector 2 incident. I don't know exactly what it is they're trying to hide, but the data they're so desperately protecting has something to do with it. Who? Who is hiding something? The AG for sure. Maybe just her. I think something happened back when she was director of the CDI. She's been acting strange. The sudden decision to arrest Cox when she heard his name was the last straw. One more thing, Conrad. There was a security alert in the database. Some unauthorized connection from your cell. Whatever it was you were trying to do, I took the liberty of dismissing the alert. There's no more record of it. I have to go now. This will be the first evening without work I've had in a while. Thank you for meeting with me. Good luck, Conrad. Alright. That was worth it. Let's hope that actually didn't make me miss the meeting with the dude. Nope, train patiently waited for me. Being selfless pays off, and the chief helps you with the info you need to get. Mr. Dyson. Good evening, Agent Conrad. This is an interesting setting for a chat. Let's get straight to the point. I have sufficient proof that you are part or even all of the Liberators. That's a big accusation to throw around. What proof would that be? I know you hired mercenaries to kill Bandy and to steal some data from the chief's cell. You also instructed Cox to broadcast the Liberator's message and to bomb Corian Church. If there's anything else going on that endangers people's lives, you need to tell me right now. If you are so sure of all that, why didn't the CDI just arrest me? I want to know why you did it. You're a Saviant from Drovia. What's more, your company suffers financially from operating inside an unfree colony. You have all the reason to support Drovian independence. I do support Drovian independence, but not for economic reasons. Don't you think that the status quo is unacceptable in modern society? Dara forces us to hand over all the fruit of our labor like we live in feudal times, only to resell it at an incredible profit. Your planet exploits and enslaves my people for its own financial gain. If that's how you see it, why did you create an anti-Saviant, anti-emancipation terrorist group? All Drovian needs to finally explode is a spark. I provided just that. Did you read the news today? Drovian resistance against its suppressors has never been stronger. So you admit it. You did it to lend momentum and legitimacy to a Saviant revolution. Push public opinion on Drovia to a point where a secession war seemed inevitable. They were already negotiating. Why didn't you just support Bandy on the summit? Joseph was in no position to change things. The whole summit was a big dog and pony show. History teaches us that you can't obtain independence the peaceful way. If you want it, you take it. And a war is worth it for you? Especially considering that Drovia is unlikely to win it? If a war is what it takes, we have to try. Besides, New Jordan will take our side, if any. You know, I'm really not buying your man and the people spiel. This is all about your company's bottom line. Think of me any way you want. It doesn't matter. The way I see it, I am using my influence and money to fight for the right cause. Don't you think thousands of lives are a prohibitively high price to pay? It's interesting you bring that up, being a CDI agent yourself. What are you talking about? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on. Did you have a look at it? No. It contains classified information about the Sector 2 incident. which also cost thousands of innocent lives. But just as importantly, Savians lost the right to a self-governed colony on Jovia. Thara cited a charter that it had made it up itself and launched an independent investigation, which identified major construction and security flaws as causes of the disaster. I'm familiar with the incident. What are you getting at? Those backwards Savians don't believe in real science, so they don't know how to build a safe colony. Sounds convincing, doesn't it? What if I told you that the colony was sabotaged by Gara? Don't be ridiculous. The operation was launched out of fear and greed. A Savian colony on the biggest Tylanium source in the system, free to trade with New Joran. Losing the Tylanium race could have meant losing supremacy over the solar system at the time. They couldn't allow that to happen. Who? Who are you talking about? A number of politicians and other elites, and of course the CDI as their executive force. Your Attorney General, Amelia Thorne. She was director of the CDI at the time. So before you judge me, look at the people you work for and what they did. I figure this is what the AG is covering up, yeah. I kind of figured it all looped back around to the Sector 2 incident. I know so many people who died or lost someone in the incident, so many more who lost their livelihoods. No, this is too big. So many people would have to stay quiet for it to stay a secret for so long. Well, it will come out, and not that many people know. Who knows at the CDI? Does Gary know? The chief? The director? Everybody involved is retired by now, except Miss Thorne. But some people must know. There are records of it. They will see the light of day soon enough. I know that the mercenaries you hired are working to get them back. They abducted my daughter and blackmailed me into helping them. I'm sorry to hear that. They did not act on my behalf when they took your daughter. Listen, Mr. Dyson. I won't arrest you if you pay them now. The mercenaries will free my daughter as soon as they get the money you promised them. I won't arrest you if you pay them now. It doesn't make much of a difference to me if you arrest me. I might have to do some time, but I have the best lawyers in the system. What I care about is that the data becomes public. Get it? And the mercenaries will be paid. Once they send it over, it will get leaked even if I am in prison. I have people making sure of that. It doesn't matter what you care about. I want my daughter back. Pay them now. I would consider it, but I missed the window. The transaction expired. I see. No, you're under arrest. You're getting off the train with me at the next stop. I can't let you get away with this. But until we arrive, I have some final questions. Tell me. What do you know about Laura's abductors? What do you know about the people who took my dog? Not much, to be honest. You probably figured out most of it already. They're a secret group of mercenaries, and they run big operations in the whole solar system. If you want a high-profile job, a higher-profile job done, you go to them. Where is their headquarters, and where are they keeping my daughter? I don't know. They're very secretive. They only meet you in public places, or come to you. See, tell me. What is Cox's role in all this? Why does Cox help you? I imagine bombing a church isn't something you can just pay any security company to do. Albert's parents were old friends of mine. Their company was in charge of security at Sector 2. They went bankrupt after the explosions. Some people put the blame for the incident on them. They're getting death threats to this day. I supported them and their son financially. As you can imagine, Cox has every reason to want revenge for what Gara did to his family. I worked with the mercenaries when you already had Cox's guys to do your dirty work. Parts of the plan were out of his wheelhouse. I see. That's all for now. We'll get out at the next stop. I'll inform my colleagues that we are coming. Hey, Conrad, you sure about this? I am. Alright then, good job. I got this. Gary wanted to talk to you. He's inside. You're waiting here with us, Mr. Dyson. Good lord. Okay. No news. Let's see, we have So the data is probably on the Sector 2 incident. On Gara. When was that? Glossary. Probably in news, right? Sector 2 incident. So in 1800. So it was on Drovia, 1800. They needed to make sure about that first. 1800. On Gara. Drovia, right. Was it? Wait. Hold on. Yeah, New Jordan's colonization on Drovia, not Gara. I'm dumb. That's right. Sheets. Data. Drovia. Thank you for double checking that. Okay. I can't submit it yet, right? Right. So... Hello? This is Evelyn Moore. Did you find my husband? What is it? Did something happen to him? He didn't turn up. So I was right, wasn't I? He's not working with the Liberators after all. We're looking into it. What's that supposed to mean? Did you find him at Corian Hotel or not? Now's not a good time, okay? You promised to protect James if something happens to him. Please, our son needs a father. Let's talk about it later. Ugh. Yeah, I know. Okay. Gotta do stairs here. Gary, alright. Hey, shit, Conrad, you really found the mastermind behind the Liberators. Finally, some good news. I just hope this whole shit show is over now. Why did Dyson do it? It's kind of a long story. He was trying to escalate the situation between our planets. I see. Let's talk about it in detail later. Did Dyson tell you what that second attack was about? He did. They were going to bomb Corian Church, but he called it off. Holy fuck. Well, the most important thing is that we got him. That's a good start to my time as chief, isn't it? Well, acting chief. But yeah, I have a meeting with the press in a few minutes. We'll go over everything later. Roger that.
I was supposed to write a report on my findings in the Liberators case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all. When I finally managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Submit sheet. Sector 2 incident, 1800, on Drovia. Double checking. So 40th anniversary, 1800. Alright, here we go. Sector 2, 1800, Drovia. Here we go. Talk to Saito. Let's see. Wait, what's that? Second floor. Oh. Not here either, but I do want to glance around for information. Hey, Saito. Neil, hey, you're working late. Listen, there's something I need to talk to you about. Of course, what's the matter? Saito, I'm sorry. Sorry? For what? Is everything alright? No, it's not. My daughter. Laura was abducted, and the people who took her want something from me. I need your help to get it for them. What? Laura was abducted? When? By whom? By a group of mercenaries. Shit, I'm so sorry, Neil. What's the CDI's plan of action? CDI? What do you think those people would do if I told the CDI about it? Wait, you didn't tell anyone else at the CDI? No, look, we don't have much time. The mercenaries want me to help them get the data back that they stole from the chief. We managed to create a backdoor to the CDI network. They can briefly alter the access rights to the folder they want from the CDI database. They won't be able to retrieve it. That can only be done from a local computer. That's where you come in. You're a sysadmin, right? You have to grant the request for access to a specific folder you're not usually able to see. They'll pull all the data from that folder to your local drive. Put it on a stick and give it to me. They made it clear it was not to be sent over the web. Okay, listen, holy fuck. I'll bring them the data and then I'll get Laura back. Neil, you realize that you can't trust those people, right? Why are you so convinced that they'll hold up their end of the bargain? If you want to save Laura, you have to ask the higher-ups at the CDI for help. I don't know enough about those people. No chance the CDI would be able to track them down in time. The hack will go down in 5 minutes. If I don't hand them the data tonight, they might kill her. I have an idea. Once they open up the folder thereafter, I might be able to locate the source of the back door. We'll explain to the others what's going on, and we'll raid the location before the handover is scheduled. Oh, no, you oh god, you're putting this decision on me. Shit. You'll have Laura back before they find out that we never went through with the hack. If we do it that way, do we still get to retrieve the data in the folder? We won't need it. But if you can't trace them and don't get the data, we have nothing. Fine, I'll accept the data transfer either way. I'll delete it if I'm able to trace the hack. No, I'll hand them the data as planned. They expect me in an hour. Please, Neil, come to your senses. Those are criminals. You can't work with them. I'm not so sure anymore who the bigger criminal here is. What are you talking about? You know what? Do what you think is best, but I won't be a part of it. Please don't make it complicated, Saito. I really need your help. Shit. Shit. Family over country. But you're leaving no choice. Tell them it was all me, that I forced you to do it. But I beg you, get me that data. Are you insane? Fine, I'll do it. Put your gun down, for the love of God. What is this data anyway? Why do they want it? I'm not sure. I don't have time to explain. She's calling. Hey Neil, I got your sheet. All ready on your end? Yeah, we're ready. Good. We're searching that folder now. I'll tell you when you have access. Alright, there we are. You're good to go. Okay, I think Saito's retrieving the data. Got it. Good work. I'll see you at the handover. God damn it, Neil. I'm really sorry, Saito. Hand me the stick. Please give me a little leave before you send them after me. I'd do the same for you. I really enjoyed working with you. At this point, I'm not sure about who's betrayed who. Huh? Boing, boing. Didn't really notice that last time. Why is it all zoomed in? Run! Oh god, really? Amazing. Hi guys! Nothing going on here.
I inserted the stick into my cell and opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen. Dozens, maybe hundreds of documents, messages, pictures, and videos. They were decades old, most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Gyarian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one, with shaking hands. It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director of the CDI at the time, Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General in charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians, special interest groups from the private sector, and high-ranking members of the CDI. I didn't recognize most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used very careful language at first, the goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2 hadn't been an accident. Garians had plotted and engineered it to gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system. My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present, and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either, and some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telanium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me. My heart was pounding so loudly in my ears that I almost didn't hear the voice on the other end.
Oh, shit. This is Adrian Boley with the Garian Gazette. How can I help you? Hello? Are you there? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm hanging up now. I have information for you. Who is this? Can't tell you. We're leaking it. Sending you a data package now. It's flagged and will be quickly picked up and traced by authorities. Your computer might be bricked. Back it up to an external drive as quickly as you can. Are you serious? Please confirm that you understand what I just said. I understand. Good. The public needs to know this. Promise me that it won't get buried. Well, I'll have to look at it first. Please. I may not have a second chance to send it out. Did you get it all? Yeah, I got it. Okay. It's in your hands now. Probably not the decision I should have made, given everything else that I've decided on, but, yeah. It ultimately becomes a question of a slow bleeding death of a group or a fight for survival. A fight for true survival and prosperity in the end. Make all the worst decisions be wrong and bubble your way through. Time to save Laura. Agent Conrad, welcome to our meeting. Glad you made it. I hope you didn't have any trouble finding the place. No, where's my daughter? You'll see her in a second. Let's make sure we're on the same page first. You came here alone, unarmed, and without anyone else knowing? Yeah. You have to stick with the data we demanded on your person. Got what you want. And lastly, once you and your daughter are out of here, you will not tell anyone about what happened ever. We won't. Very well. And we're good to go. You would follow us down into the basement. The basement? Oh, great. Here's where another double cross happens, right? Dad! Laura, here now. It's going to be alright. Zora, you're up. Give me the stick. I need to check its contents. It's all there. What the? Everything alright? Yeah, it's just, I can't believe what I'm looking at. But we're good. This is the folder we targeted. Great. Thank you very much for helping us, Agent Conrad. You two are free to go. So that's it? You just let us walk out of here? We had a deal, didn't we? Stay quiet about it and enjoy the rest of your life. I trust you'll be true to your word. Zora vouched for you. Which was quite out of character, Zora. Mr. Conrad, if you act up, we'll consider our deal broken and we will find you and your family. Thank you, Zora. Good luck, Laura. Let's go home. Kind of interesting how this would play out if you pick to do a sting instead. Yeah. Jeez. Uh-oh. I don't like him being up there. Don't turn around. Keep walking. It's going to be alright. You're safe now, okay? Kept up my end of the bargain and they'll keep up theirs. Are you okay? Are you hurt? It's over. It's all over. Laura, are you hurt? No. What? Give my thoughts about something in a moment. Huh?
And that's it. The most tumultuous days of my life, and possibly in Garian history. Abbott Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder, and more that would put a normal person away for multiple lifetimes. Unfortunately, he is one of the world's most influential billionaires, and as it stands now, he isn't going to prison for more than a few years. It is rumored that he's putting someone else in charge of his company for the time being, and will be allowed back at his post after serving his sentence. With their mastermind unmasked, at least it's safe to say that the Liberators won't ever make another appearance. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident, I don't believe their actions were really driven by a righteous thirst for revenge. Almost all the people who have suffered and might still suffer from their actions had nothing to do with Gara's past crimes. Ultimately, Dyson had tried to start an interplanetary war in hopes of increasing his profit margins, and he might still succeed in it. The data I leaked sent a shockwave through the solar system. The source of the leak was quickly discovered, and the CDI not only fired me on the spot, but also tried to scrub me from their records and made all sorts of claims to discredit me. The Garian state scrambled to spin the narrative on the Sector 2 incident, but the data was authentic and unambiguous. 40 years ago, the Savient colony on Drovia had been sabotaged in a secret operation initiated by a handful of Gyara's top politicians, economic elites, and the CDI under the leadership of Amelia Thorne, now Attorney General and leader of the Gyarian Department of Justice. It became clear to me why she had tried to hide the data, fired the chief when he got too close, and ordered the arrest of Alfred Cox when she realized who he was. She is currently awaiting trial, along with a number of mostly retired politicians who were implicated in the conspiracy. Lara is free again and seems to be doing okay, but I wonder every day about the scars this experience has left behind. Even though I know I'm not directly to blame, I will never forgive myself for inadvertently dragging her into all this. As for me, I am free again, as free as I was before, but my life is forever changed. Catherine and I are dating again, however crazy that sounds. Things are so different now. The world is so different that maybe something good can come of it again. And finally, Zora. Easily the strangest person I've met in my life. Despite the terrible things she did, I'm grateful for her help when it really counted. I don't know if there is a path of redemption for her, but vouching for me might have been her first step towards it.
Late in the evening,
Really good game.
the lights are still there, ever unchanging. They shine unaware.
How busy this week, last week, and next week is going to be for releases? I don't think I would have seen if the devs didn't send me. I'm very, very thankful that they did.
Will once again meet. So we stand here, in the end we're out of love.
So one thing I always hope for in story-based games like this, where they have branching paths, because this one obviously has branching paths. Go shop now. Price the second title update comes out tomorrow. I thought it was today.
Is there a call?
Or was it tonight?
Will it return?
For Rise's second title update.
Will it be
27. Okay. But yeah, the thing I hope for whenever a game has branching paths is they take the Zero Escape trilogy path and they have a not a flow chart, but what did Zero Escape call it? Basically the points where you can rewind back to a choice where things branch. It makes playing through these kind of games a lot better, because to get to an important path choice, you don't have to play through the entire game or have multiple saves to hit that point. Flowchart. Flowchart's the word I'm looking for, yeah. Flow path, flowchart. Yeah. But when a story-based game has multiple decision points, I always like to see the game have that kind of thing. Because a lot of times I don't think people will go through the entire game again just to hit one point, DB8, Genshin Impact Hangouts. Oh, Genshin Impact Hangouts use it. Interesting. I started to play Genshin Impact, but kind of got very distracted by other games. Like it's like Detroit Becomes Human. I was trying to like, I know that acronym, I just can't remember. But yeah. I do want to play Genshin Impact on my own sometime, a bit more. Try it again. Because what I played was fun, I didn't get too deep into it, but again, I got very distracted by other games. Right now I'm very distracted from playing games off stream by working on some Minecraft stuff. Some stuff I'm working on right now that's important. Sort of mod pack related, but stuff I don't want to reveal yet. Yeah. What happens when we hit play? Does it go back to anything?
And that's
it. Oh, it just plays the end scene again. Okay. It's honestly a similar thing to RuneScape for me. It makes a good stories, good mechanics. It definitely requires grinding.
Dyson has been charged with interplanetary terrorism, first-degree murder.
Oh, I went back to the main menu and it just keeps playing the cutscene in the background. That's amusing.
The world's most influential billionaires, and as it stands now.
Okay, so yeah, we can't go back to a branch point.
It is rumored that he's
which is fair. That's fair.
And will be allowed back.
Oh, what do I want to play right now? Do I want to do some Subnautica?
Mastermind unmasked.
Or do I want to just play a little bit of TAG before heading out?
Another appearance. Even though Dyson and Cox each lost a lot in the Sector 2 incident.
I'm gonna hit quit so that cutscene stops playing. Using the program, but it's sad that you have to play the whole thing just to check out one new end. Yeah. I understand that it's a difficult thing to code in, especially if you have small things that can change later dialogue. There was a lot of decision points there that I could see. But I know Zero Escape handled it, at least the second game, because the third game's flowchart was very different. It was very different from the second one and the patched in first one. Because the second one lets you go back to an earlier point with a decision, and then change that decision, and it would change the dialogue that happens later down the flowchart. Even though that dialogue decision before it didn't really branch off into a new scene. From what I remember. But the 3's decision tree or flowchart was insane. I loved it. Zero Escape is... I do want to play another game like that on stream. I didn't stream any of the Zero Escape ones, and I loved those games. It might have been long enough since I played them to go through them and enjoy them. In the I don't remember what happens. But with Zero Escape, that's kind of hard because I'm gonna hit my loading thing while I think and just chat here. Zero Escape, that's kind of hard because all 3 games tie together in such a way that the reveals are just, they keep just layering higher and higher in the what the fuck in hell, who thought of this? It's amazing. In ridiculous levels. Just keep on stacking on top of each other with each reveal from first to second to third game.